Would you like to always have a remedy on hand for cold and flu season? If so, stay tuned. I'm going to show you an easy recipe on how to do just that. It's Jody with All About the Harvest, and today I'm going to show you how to make elderberry syrup from elderberry juice. This is a super simple recipe. It's easy to make, and you can have it on hand at all times. You can put this in the refrigerator and it will last you for months. So to start off with, we are going to be using elderberry juice. Now, I personally made my own elderberry juice from the elderberry plants that are in my yard. I canned some back in August of 2020, and I have a pint jar here of pure elderberry juice. I followed safe canning procedures for making this, and I canned this from the fresh elderberries because I had a feeling we might need to have some elderberry syrup on hand during the cold and flu season. And so today we're gonna make some of that elderberry syrup. It's very simple. You just use your elderberry juice and you're going to use honey. And to make the recipe, you will use half of the amount of juice in honey. So I have 2 cups of juice and I'm going to use 1 cup of honey. Now, infants under 1 year of age cannot have honey, but you could substitute maple syrup for this and give that to an infant. Also, if you're vegan, you could use maple syrup instead of the honey. The honey will be better from it helps with throat soreness and things like that, but you can definitely use the maple syrup instead of the honey. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so first things first, we're going to open up the canned elderberry juice. Then I'm just going to pour this all in the pan. Okay. Basically, I just want it warm enough so that when I pour the honey in, the honey can melt and then it can get integrated into that juice. And when we're done with that, we're going to pour it in. I have a 1.5 pint jar that this should fit nicely in. So I'm just going to let this warm up and then I will come back. Okay, so it is starting to steam, and that is an indicator to me that it's warm enough. So I'm just going to add my 1 cup of honey. Now remember, this is a syrup, so that's why you want to put so much honey. Half of your liquid in honey. Now what I would honestly do to get all this honey is I would take some of this warm liquid and put it in here, swish it around, dump it back in so I get it all. Can't let that good honey go to waste. You can use, I mean, if you have raw honey, that's great. If you have local honey, that's great. If you just have honey that isn't raw or local, use that. Okay. If you're using raw honey, you're going to want to keep the temperature down a little bit. You basically just want the honey to melt. So now what we'll do, this honey is all integrated, pretty simple. Now what we would do is you take it, pour it into another jar, and you would let that cool more to a room temperature, or closer to room temperature, and then put it in the fridge. I would normally just let this cool, but for sake of the video. So I have a canning jar funnel, love it. Comes in so useful. Look at that. Whoa, perfect. That is perfect. So, filled right to the top. I'm going to let this cool. Then what I'll do is I'll put a lid on that and put that right in the fridge. And for that, you can take this every day as a preventative. You could take a teaspoon a day as a preventative. If you're feeling under the weather or getting a sore throat, you could take it 3 times a day. You could go up to a tablespoon a day if needed, but from a preventative perspective, a teaspoon is fine. This should stay in the fridge. And I've heard people say it could be in the fridge for 3 months. If you're having a teaspoon a day, I'm sure it's going to be gone in the 3 months. You could just take a teaspoon of this as is. You could add it to other things like hot water or tea. It's a pretty simple, easy recipe. So this is made with elderberry juice. Now, if you don't have elderberry juice, you can make this from dried berries. And if you're interested in a recipe on how to make the elderberry syrup from dried berries, let me know in the comments below and I will make a video for you on that. If you've liked this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you can get videos like this every Wednesday. If you know somebody that might be interested in a video like this, please share it with them. You can also follow All About the Harvest on Facebook and Instagram. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy your elderberry syrup. Please let me know if you make it in the comments below.